Hello, V Squad, and welcome back to another episode of V Girl TVE. Hi guys, I am back with another video, and honestly speaking, I just wanted to come on here and just talk about my channel really quickly. I actually wanted to do more things about Panama, but unfortunately quarantine has put a little stop to that or whatever, because I had a whole plan. I was supposed to go, explore Panama with some of my friends that was supposed to be coming, and I actually wanted to bring you guys on that journey, and unfortunately with all that's happening, that cannot happen at this time. I'm not even sure when this is gonna happen at this point, because it is just like literally Panama has come to a complete stop at this point. Like, it is so bad that people are just going outside just to go outside at this point. Like, people have no business to be outside, but they just go outside because they're just tired of being in the house at this point. The airports are still closed. I have no idea when they're going to be open up again, when they're going to open up again. It's nothing really to do at this point. I literally just work, and just literally I'm just trying to just, push my brand. I watch movies. My days literally just involve working and watching movies all day. And I know you guys, if I show you this, you probably will be bored. So I don't even know what type of content I'm supposed to give you guys at this point at all. At this point. I don't know, guys. This is so crazy. This whole situation is so crazy. And I actually, at this point, I really wish that I was in New York at this point, my sister, because right now in Panama, nothing going. I can't even go to, the airports are closed to the point where I can't even leave. I can't even, the humanitarian flights, God knows there's gonna be another humanitarian flight, and at this point it doesn't even make any sense because Amir starts school the following week. So yeah, I don't even know what's going on right now. It is just crazy at this point. It's just crazy. And I wish I knew what I could do about it. Guys, I'm going on a rant right now because I don't even know what the hell to talk about at this point. I have no idea what the hell to talk about whatsoever. Because literally, there ain't nothing to do. I can't show you anything because there's nothing really to do. Things that I've learned throughout this whole lockdown quarantine ordeal. So this whole lockdown situation, and I think because I'm in Panama, it has been worse than any other country, I want to say, because the magnitude of lockdown, I mean, we're on lockdown, but everything is closed. So the only thing that we have, or whatever options we have, is for takeout. The airports are closed. Pretty much everything is really shut down. I don't know what any other country is doing. I can only speak on what's going on here in Panama, and I will say that we're pretty locked down. On Sundays we literally can't go anywhere. No one is outside on Sundays. So my experience here throughout this whole entire ordeal, there are some life lessons that I've learned throughout this whole situation. And one thing that I realized is that being around other people is important. Now, I'm not saying that you have to have 10 million people around you, but if I didn't have my son quarantining with me at this moment, I honestly don't know what I would do. I can't imagine being in my house by myself 24 hours, 7 days a week, without anybody here. And it also made me realize that I think it's time for me to settle down. I need to find a husband at this point, because yeah, Amir's getting older, and as he gets older, he's gonna have his own life soon. So I look back at his baby pictures and I'm like, oh my God, you grew so fast. Like, where's time going? By the time you turn around, he's gonna be like 18, you know, going away to college. He's probably gonna have a girlfriend, and I'm gonna be by myself. So I need to find a husband. The next thing is what I learned is that stress is not good for anyone. So this whole situation, you know, money matters, just so many different things that has transpired because of this pandemic. I'm talking about like business, bills. It's so much different things that you could be stressed out about, and I am the type of person that I stress myself very, very easily. Like, I'm always like super stressed out, and I realized that I cannot continue to stress myself over things that I cannot control. Literally, I had to let go and let God, which is actually a good thing, because when the beginning of the year started, I really wanted to be in tune with my spirituality, and this whole situation has humbled me in such a way that I've been relying solely on God and my spirituality. So yeah, stress less, because stress kills, you know. And we don't want that for ourselves. So that's another life lesson that I realized, is that you cannot continue to stress about the things that you cannot control. You just have to accept things for what it is and keep it moving. So that's another valuable lesson that I've learned thus far throughout this whole entire ordeal. Another thing that I have learned throughout this whole entire ordeal is showing gratitude. Gratitude is so important. Sometimes when I was going through, you know, my anxiety attack, and I was like stressing myself so much, and I got a phone call actually, and this phone call, I wasn't really expecting it, but I actually ended up getting a phone call from Amir's dad. And he and I, we have a pretty decent relationship. We have a really good relationship, and he heard me, he heard that I wasn't really too happy. Like, he heard it in my voice, and he's like, yo, like, what's wrong with you or whatever? And I was like, yo, I'm just really going through a lot right now. And he's going through whatever he's going through as well, as everyone is going through things. And he said to me, you know, maybe you need to start showing gratitude more. And I was just like, well, I mean, I thank God every day. He's like, no, why don't you, he gave me this suggestion every morning when I wake up to write down 3 things that I have, that I am grateful for every morning, and just, you know, say thanks. The birds are outside chirping. And you know what? Since I started that, I actually have my book right here, where I actually have been jotting down on a daily basis the things that I am grateful for. And I honestly think that that has helped me so much with my anxiety. It has helped me so much with me worrying. It has helped me so much with my journey on spirituality. So I'm a strong believer that God will give you answers if we just listen and we pay attention. And sometimes he'll send our message through people who we literally would not expect it to come from. And I think the message from God was like, be grateful, show gratitude. And he sent it through my son's father, which is just the most randomest thing ever, but it was definitely appreciated, and I definitely took that lesson. So showing gratitude is super important, especially in this time. And not only in this time, forever and ever, showing gratitude is a must. Another thing that I realized is that I was buying stuff, constantly buying things just to buy things. I kind of realized that all those things that you were buying before was not necessary. I think that now more than ever, I don't know, I can't say for anybody else, now I just buy stuff that I need. Stuff that literally that I need. So when I go to the grocery store, instead of me buying like just things just to buy it, I have a list. Because literally, if I don't have a list and if I don't write down the things that I need on my list, I'm gonna go to the grocery store and I'm just gonna buy whatever the heck I'm gonna buy. And half of the time it's things that I don't need. So this whole situation has taught me that half the things that I had, or half the things that we buy, are things that we don't necessarily need. I mean, it's always good to have stuff that you want, But now more than ever, it's so important. Like that Louis bag, that Chanel bag, that Gucci bag, all those bags that I have and all these brand name things that I've had is so unnecessary. Like these are not things that I actually need. Another thing is I have started shopping with Black owned businesses more. I'll do a video in the future on Black owned businesses that I think that you should shop at. But this whole situation has made me realize that you spend all this money on things that you don't need, and half these people, they don't even support our cause. Another thing that I've learned is that we are a lot stronger if we act together. And this whole situation, what's going on in the United States, has made me realize how much of a mess that we cause when we start thinking that we are our own individual entities. For example, New York State reacted, Governor Cuomo reacted the way he felt like he needed to react, and other states felt like they didn't need to do or take on certain protocols, and now the whole country is in a hot mess. You have some states that are like shut down, some states that are acting, and then people are still traveling, and it's like making me think like, if one person is doing this, another person is doing that, another person is doing this, how are we actually coming to one main goal? How are we going to combat this whole situation? I think that we all need to get on one accord, and that is here in Panama as well, because everyone is still doing their own thing, and every time someone is not taking this whole situation seriously, we're going to be on lockdown for even more time. I realize how important it is to have help. Like, I'm the type of person that I always feel like, oh, well, I'll just do everything by myself. I don't need your help. I don't need this. But if it wasn't for the help that I've been receiving thus far, my business would not be functioning. And I'm talking about the business here in Panama and as well as the business in the United States. If I did not get help from certain people, I more than likely would not be able to sustain my business, because these are the people that really drive my business and help me so much, especially considering the fact that I am not here. Well, that I'm not in the States at this moment for obvious reasons. Another thing that I've learned about myself throughout this whole deal is that I'm a lot stronger than what I really thought. When the whole pandemic started and we literally had to close down our businesses, I really was just like, okay, like what the heck am I gonna do? Like, I didn't think that it was gonna be this long, but I had to really think really fast. And I was able to literally build a website, online store, so that we were able to still provide services to our customers while we were still going through this whole entire ordeal. With that being said, like I said to you guys before, I've had so many nights where I felt like I couldn't go on. I felt like I wanted to give up. I felt like things were not going the way I expected them to go. But you know what? I still have food on my table. My lights are still on. Thank God. My bills are still being paid. Thank God. The necessary bills are still being paid. I'm not getting evicted. I'm not getting kicked out of my house. All these things are things that helped. All these things that I have going on are because of the results of me thinking very fastly and being able to adapt to the situation. A lot of people aren't able to adapt in the middle of crisis. So with that being said, I realized that I am a lot stronger than I really thought. Like, I am able to adapt to crisis or adapt to situations, to my environment pretty quickly. And you know what? I should have known this before, because every single time I'm in a situation that is a really bad situation, something amazing always comes out of it as far as my businesses. So I should have been a lot aware of that from before, but unfortunately I wasn't. So maybe that's another thing. We don't realize what we have until we don't realize who we really are until our backs are against the wall. So guys, let me know what your thoughts are. What have you done or what have you learned throughout this entire pandemia, this whole entire lockdown, and throughout this whole ordeal. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comment section down below. And as always, guys, make sure you subscribe to my channel. I just want to say this, guys, you guys have been so awesome on my YouTube journey, because there was a point where I felt like I no longer wanted to do YouTube, and I was just gonna be like, you know what, like whatever. But honestly speaking, you guys have been wonderful, and my subscriber counts are going up. I remember when I only had 38 subscribers. I remember when I only had 0 subscribers. I remember when I had 1 subscriber, and my subscriber was my son. And to see how far I've grown as a channel, I really appreciate you guys so much. Unfortunately, because we are on lockdown, I am not able to give you the whole Panama experience how I really wanted to give you the experience. But we're just gonna have to take it one day at a time, and you know, just work with me, work with your girl, work with your girl. As always, guys, peace and love.